Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live action coming at you. This is our show match for the evening. Going to be a big one, too. These guys are going to be competing for a phenomenal cash prize. It is going to be Karma and Hummingbird. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you guys the reason why we're doing this. Hummingbird got kind of screwed out of the tournament a little. Now, it's partially his fault, but I want to try and make that up to people the best that I can. I think that I may have made a small mistake, so where possible I try and admit fault at myself as much as I can, and I'm trying to make it up to him, and apparently this is going to be working. So we're going to be doing this show match here. It is Zerg versus Protoss here, Hummingbird versus Karma, starting on dual site, and Hummingbird going to be our green Zerg, spawning over here on the right side of the map. On the left side we do find Karma. He is our red Protoss. Going to be a standard opener here from Karma. Notice he's not going to be going for a Forge Fast expand or anything like that quite yet. I mean, I guess he could put a Forge down, but more than likely it's going to be a standard opener with a gateway in this position. We shall see here in just a bit. And in the meantime, Hummingbird not going for any super early shenanigans, which is not a bad deal. We'll see if he's going to go hatch first or pool first. That'll start to let us know what type of gameplay we're getting ourselves into here, and whether or not we should look for early aggression. So Karma does scout his opponent here. Doesn't see anything quite yet. There goes the spawning pool, so it is pool first. And we should see Karma. Oh, look at this. Hummingbird getting ahead of himself. I love it. Knows that Karma going to be trying to block him here, so he's going ahead and heading out here to try and pretend like he was ready to take his hatchery. So good metagaming here from Hummingbird, I think, at this point. And a pylon going to be going down. It looks as though Karma going to be cruising up here. Does see the spawning pool. Oh, he got sniped. Good control there from Hummingbird. Now, I do want to mention it is best of 5 in game number 1, so we're going to start off with no pressure so far for anybody. And even though the pressure is not really going to mount until maybe game 3 necessarily, but at least here in game 1, it's always relatively easy. Usually the nerves don't play a big factor this early in a best of 5. So, but we do have the Cyber Core going down, as well as the well-placed gateway. Notice he is going to be getting a Zealot out here to block that only small little spot there underneath all those weeds. I guess they're not weeds. They're probably like beautiful plants, but on my graphic settings, they look like weeds. I'm just kidding. Yeah, kind of nice. But he's going to have a Zealot stand in the brush and block the ramp there, so that's good stuff. We do have Hummingbird going ahead and taking an extractor here over and over just to be a little pesky. I like it quite a bit. And is definitely going to be denying some early tech from Karma, so not a bad deal there. Don't eat that. I was about to stick some food in my mouth. Can't do that. I'm still casting. We got work to do, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a pylon down on the low ground, which means that Karma probably going to be going for an expand here in just a moment. Now, Hummingbird does have his expand up and running at this point, looking really solid there. And his one gas complete is going to have enough for metabolic speed boost. Is he going to cut gas production? That's the question. Or is he even going to get metabolic speed boost? Yes, he does. There goes the metabolic speed boost. And I don't think he's going to cut gas. Oh, yes, he is. Nope. Never mind. Okay, so we'll check back in on that in just a moment. Looks like he may need that gas for something else here in just a little bit. Not cutting it quite yet. Wow, this extractor here being super pesky has been here for quite a while. And we've got a sentry here. Double sentries now. Going to be tickling this extractor to death. Pylon going down. I like that positioning there. But we do have this expand here for Karma going down in great time. Notice he's got 2 more gateways down here on the low ground, so he's got 3 gates at this point here in just a bit, and going to be ready to warp in units here in a little while as well. Forge going down too, so nice stuff there. Can put down some photon cannons for defense, as well as go ahead and get started on that +1 attack, which is so effective against Zerg. Really have to have it these days. And it looks like we're going to have some defense here from Karma. Absolutely has to have it. Here comes a lot of links from Hummingbird. He's gearing up with quite a few here. Warping in some more units. It looks like it is going to be plenty Decent force fields there. Looks like he is going to clean that up in great style. That's only one force field too. Doing a lot with one force field. So very, very good energy management when it comes down to it. It's pretty cool. Oh! Wrong side. Needs to be blocking that side. Yep. Mistake there. So he forgot which side he walled off. And that did allow a lot of Zerglings into his base there. And that's brutal, brutal, brutal at this moment. So good run by there from Hummingbird. Looks as though Karma should be able to clean it up in pretty decent style, but he definitely is taking a loss here. Let's just check our units lost. Notice that Karma way, way behind there. Almost a little over 2x actually. And that's brutal, 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 but looks like he should clean this one up in a little bit better style. But Hummingbird continuing to press this attack. He's moving a lot of units out across the map right now. Yep, force field to the wrong side, he says. Absolutely did, and that is killing him. Here comes another attack from Hummingbird. A lot of zealots here now, so that's going to be fairly effective. Oh, he's going to take out that sentry. Clutch force field there, saves the sentry, but look, yet again, now into the main. Oh, it's so brutal, brutal, brutal. A lot of probes going to die here because of that. So many Zerglings. I think that this is not going to be easy for Karma to hold off. In fact, it may even be impossible, but just so many units, and you can see Hummingbird still streaming him across the map as well as securing his third base. So even though he's pushing this attack as hard as he can, he's not letting his macro slip behind it. He's trying to keep that economy rolling. Looks like he is going to be able to clean this up here pretty soon, though. There are a couple sentries here. Karma may be able to hold on if he's really, really lucky, but I just tend to doubt that even after that he'll be able to come back. Oh, a couple of Zerglings getting into the base there. Well, one of them, but that's way too many, especially with this many Zerglings on the outside, taking him out, and that is the GG from Karma. So, well played, Hummingbird taking down game number 1 in beautiful style. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt-tab. Always alt-Starcraft. We'll see you guys later. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live action coming at you right now. It is going to be Karma versus Hummingbird, and I don't know whether Hummingbird meant to go as random here or not. I think he plays Zerg, at least I thought he did, but he is playing random right now on this game, but he luckily did get Zerg, and apparently is fairly good at that. He did take the first game in this best of 5 off of Karma very, very quickly with that Zergling rush, and then Karma just making a blunder. Force-fielded his ramp incorrectly, and it allowed so many Zerglings into his base, and they just obliterated his economic line there, the mineral line, and it was just brutal. I mean, how can you come back from that, especially with Hummingbird pushing that attack down his throat over and over and over and over again, making him suffer very, very quickly for that small mistake. But we are geared up, ready to go here in game number 2. We do have an early spawning pool here from Hummingbird. Very, very early, so it looks like we are going to see a little bit of a rush here. Now, we do have a fairly early scout from Karma, so hopefully he'll be able to catch wind of this in time, but not really a scout going. There's the scout from Hummingbird. He's a little bit late. I mean, if you're going to do that early pressure, which it does appear that he is, you got to be on top of your scouting on this very, very large map. So let's take a look. Karma is going to be going for a Forge Fast Expand here, which is not a bad idea, but he's really got to get his cannon down first, and then he's going to have trouble walling this off after he gets that down. So we're going to see how that's going to go. My guess is this may be some very solid early pressure here from Hummingbird. Could potentially put Karma at a disadvantage early in this game. And look at that. Karma does scout this. Now he is going to stop probe production, I would assume, and he is going to put down cannons and wall this sucker off, man. Wall it off. Gateway going down. Here come the Zerglings. You can see that he's trying to evacuate this probe as quickly as possible. Send him in, like, yeah, go in crazy directions. That's what you ought to do. Does get that gateway down. He's got to get one more structure down. That's the key here. got to wall this off tight, 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 tight. And it is going to go down just barely in time. The photon cannon going to be completing. Look at that, and here comes the Zerglings. Hummingbird may have some trouble here. That is a tight wall off, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a hero probe on the outside saying, come at me, bro. Come at me. Actually, he's probably not saying that. He's probably saying, leave me alone. I'm just a probe. But a good tight wall off here. And a double photon cannons here from Karma. We should see him go ahead and put down his expansion now. He really needs to get that Nexus down now. He's lost a little bit of time there on that Forge Fast expand. In the meantime, Hummingbird is backing out here. That was completely held off there by Karma. Beautiful, beautiful play. Note that Hummingbird now at a slight disadvantage economically. Only 10 drones to 18 probes. And that is costing him a lot right now in game number 2. So, oh man, against Karma, I don't recommend getting this far behind. Karma is one of those players that tends to really, really punish you if you make mistakes. And not that he made a mistake by his build order, but he just wasn't able to get it done. And it turned into a situation where Karma is ahead. We've got Rat God out on the live stream saying he thinks that Toss has already won this. And in many respects, I'd have to agree. I mean, this is a tough situation to come back from as a Zerg. I mean, he's only on 1 base right now. Karma now going to be on 2 base here in just a moment. Getting his Cyber Core down. He's looking to be in great shape. He could tech just about anywhere he wants. He's got a phenomenal advantage and continuing to increase it. Notice that he's chrono boosting out his economy very, very well. So this is beautiful play from him. He does have some gas now complete. Probably going to go ahead and saturate that sucker. Yes, he does. And this one as well. Now, good map control right now from Hummingbird. It looks like he is going to be clearing out these forward towers. Wants to be aware when any attacks are coming his way. And he does have an Overlord still cruising in that direction. Going to try and find a reason to poke in here and find some tech patterns. Yeah, he needs to know what's going on, that's for sure, because he's going to have to play absolutely spot-on reactionary at this point. He cannot control this game from here on this 1 base play. He's really got to find a solid counter to what his opponent's going. So good scouting is going to be the key for him at this point. Now, Karma working still very, very diligently on his economy here. Notice all the chronos going down on these Nexus here in his main and at the natural there. So, I mean, great job there, and it's about the time for him to start choosing his tech pattern. And my guess is he's going to put it in this position here. It is the least scouted spot for tech in the game right now. I think a lot of people hiding their tech here is really, really smart. So, because very rarely do they scout it. But we do have some Zealots cruising out across the field here. Going to be clearing out the Xel'Naga towers for just a moment. Not bad. Going to blind those towers, make his opponent potentially commit to some more military units. We'll see if that's the case. Check the production tab, and we do see, though, he's just droning up at this point. I think he's feeling fairly confident still. He does have a decent amount of Zerglings out on the field right now, but is he going to switch? I don't know. He is supply blocked right now, too, and that's definitely hurting him. He's getting a metabolic speed boost as well as the Carapace level 1, so... But no new tech other than that. I mean, the upgrades are going to be helpful here, but he's just got to have units against these Zealots. So, interesting play. Here comes 4 Zealots. Now, 4 Zealots actually posing a significant threat here, I would think. In a lot of respects, he is going to notice that there is no expand down, so he knows that Hummingbird absolutely way, way behind at this point. Doesn't mind going ahead and engaging here. Nice little micro there from Hummingbird. Going to try and save some of these Zerglings. Bringing in some fresh ones here to try and take these Zealots out as quickly as possible with minimal losses. Not a bad deal there. Let's just check in on units lost, though. Notice that Karma is slightly behind, but not by very much. And, I mean, that's not the big deal. If you check units tab, that's the big deal. 45 probes to 25 drones. And Hummingbird is going to be mounting a counterattack here in just a moment. And I do think that this is not going to go well for him because there are double photon cannons here as well as sentries. Sentries will keep these buildings very, very safe. All he has to do is toss some force fields down here at the edge of these buildings here, and the Zerglings can't do anything. They can't even break down the wall, so I think very smart here for Hummingbird to be backing out. Now, he is working on his tech. It is going to be a Nidus network as well as a Hydralisk den. So he's going to be going for some Hydras to the back of the main, which I think is probably a smart bet at this point. But he does have, look at this, Karma did see, or either that or is planning for, this Overlord potentially trying to dip in here, and he went ahead and put down a photon cannon of all things here at the back of his main. Now the interesting thing is, though, that Hummingbird will have another one here at the south side of his opponent's main that he could potentially use for a Nidus network. Yep, looks like he is headed that way right now. I'm liking it, but we've got to have a critical mass of units here if this is going to be effective. Now Hummingbird's got to do more than just take out a few things here and there. He's got to obliterate his opponent's economy with this attack, and he's got to do enough damage where his opponent doesn't feel like pushing out, and you know, with a significant army that he's building up right now, and needs to secure some bases of his own. And that's the big key here for Hummingbird at this point. So we do have some more gateways going down here, and it's about to be go time here. Oh wow, a couple of Zealots getting in here. They do see the Nidus network, so Hummingbird having to go ahead and commit to this right now. Good scouting there from Karma. Oh, he's using his Warp Prism. Sorry about that, I did miss that. And here comes the Nidus network right now, but look at that, he's already got a cannon there. Cancelled, and Hummingbird really at a loss at this point. I mean, he's just being held off at every angle right now. And Karma, very, very strong play from him. And strong defensive play is so nice to see from Karma. We did see him playing in our tournament earlier today, and that he was very much more aggressive, it seemed like, in the tournament. And it just seemed to work against him. But this is the Karma that I've been used to, where he plays very, very well defensively, knows when to counterattack. I mean, obviously putting pressure on is a smart thing, but doesn't get overly aggressive, and that's the key. Now we do have this Nidus network still full, and but we're just kind of running into this position where Hummingbird doesn't have many options at this point. He's got to expand, otherwise he's dead in the water. And I mean, that's a big army now for Karma. Very, very big army. Are we going to see a Nidus network here in the back? No photon cannons here. Nidus network it is. Last ditch effort. Warp ins already, so Karma is well aware of this. And it's dead. Thwarted yet again, so this is just brutal, brutal, brutal for Hummingbird. Just getting cut off every single turn he makes right now. I can't believe it. Karma really playing very strong here in Game 2. I do think that he's going to be able to take this down. Notice he is securing his third base, and Hummingbird's still stuck on one base. Ouch. This is absolutely brutal positioning for him. So filling up, putting more units in his Nidus network, though. I think he really has to commit to this all-in Nidus play here at this point. It's really his only option. So, I mean, you can't blame him. It's just one of those things where it's probably not going to work. I mean, now at this point, he's got to kill two bases, essentially, to get himself on even footing. And that is going to be a chore, considering the amount of units we do have here for Karma. And I like that he's branching out, securing this third very, very well. Look at that, putting down photon cannons. And this is just looking like a GG to me. No Zerg Expo, Rat God. It's really kind of sad right now. But, I mean, he did commit to that early Zergling aggression off of a 6 pool or 7 pool there, and it just did not work for him. So here comes the attack. It is going to be a Nidus Worm to this position. And going to try and take out the expand. Probably not the most effective play here. Here comes the entire army of Karma. Oh, I just don't know. Look at all these Zerglings dying so very quickly, and you're about to see your Hydras come out, but Zealots already in their face. Archon's blasting away at them, and this is about to be GG, ladies and gentlemen. There it is from Hummingbird. GG, his last-ditch effort, not quite enough there. Karma taking game number 2, so it is tied up 1-1 in this best-of-5 series. So, guys, stay exactly where you are. Don't alt-tab. Always alt-Starcraft. We'll see you guys in game number 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live action coming at you right now. It is going to be on MLG's Shattered Temple. This is a best of 5 show match right now. We do have a substantial cash prize for one of these players at the end of this. And right now it is tied up, this series, at 1-1. And it's 3 games to win, and it's tied 1-1. So after this match right here, the pressure will be on somebody. It is going to be a match point for somebody here after this game. Karma is uncontrollably laughing because of his foot. It fell asleep. That is pretty funny stuff. But he is spawning. Hummingbird, I should say, is still playing random now. Notice that he did spawn as Protoss this time. He is going to be spawning over here at the 2 o'clock position as our green Protoss. Karma is spawning as our pink Protoss, so it is a PvP now. Wow, that really is going to change the dynamic of this game, that's for sure. We got to see the first 2 games as Zerg for Hummingbird, so my goodness. I love it when people play random, but man, it does change things very, very much. So I do like that Karma going to be sending out a fairly early scout. Notice he did not scout this location. It is MLG map, so you cannot spawn in that close rush position. So he is going to be heading over to his opponent's base here momentarily. Hummingbird doing the same thing. I love it when players are aware of their maps that way. Always good to know those maps. But Karma does make it to his opponent's base. It does see that it is indeed a Protoss player, so now he knows that his wall-off not super effective here, but he may end up going for it anyway. We'll see if he is or not. In the meantime, he does go for a little bit of a pro battle. 1 gas down for Hummingbird right now, 1 gas for Karma, both saturated here fairly quickly. And the scout here for Hummingbird is going to cruise into Karma's base in just a moment. We'll see the gateway ready and prepared for a wall-off. However, he is not going to be facing Zerg, as we already know. But the Cybercore does go down in great time. Notice the timing here on Karma. Slightly behind Hummingbird, but not by very much, but definitely a slight difference there. Almost 10 seconds it appears. Just about 10 seconds. And yeah, the Cybercore here for Hummingbird going to complete in just a moment, and he is going for a second gas. Now that means that he's either going for Blink Stalker or 3-Gate Robo at this point. My guess is 3-Gate Robo, but I'm not for sure. So we'll see here in just a moment. He is going to be Chrono Boosting out his Warp Gate Tech and Chrono Boosting out a Stalker as well. Time to blind his opponent here, who has already caught wind of the second gas though, so does know that it's not a 4 gates. That should make him feel just a little bit more comfortable for just a moment. In the meantime, we do see Karma still on 1 gas, not going to take his second quite yet, and may even go for a 4 gate here. But we don't see a Chrono going down on his Cybernetics core right now, so if it is a 4 gate, it is not going to be super effective. You've got to continue your Chronos on that Cybercore for your 4 gates to work appropriately. It is a 4 gate, but just what I said. Oh, he got his probe trapped there. Ouch. Little bit of a misclick there. You don't want to get your probes trapped. But, wow, 4 gate here with no Chrono. There goes the Chrono. That's what we need to be seeing. Karma absolutely must continue those Chronos. We do have a Twilight Council down for Hummingbird, so it may be a Blink Stalker build here. Either that or he could go for DT, which is not a bad idea either. In the meantime, we do have Karma cruising forward here with a lot of units, and by a lot, I mean 2. Does chase off 1 Stalker. Hummingbird does have a Sentry up here already in wait. I would like to see Karma trying to cruise up this ramp and waste some of that energy potentially. Good block there, but it did waste that energy. Now notice that this Stalker will get quite a few shots off here. We are going to have this probe tossing down a pylon in great position. Warp Gate Tech is complete. We do have 4 Warp Gates, and it is about to be Warp in time. Now notice this. Oh my goodness, Hummingbird letting his opponent up the ramp. This is bad news. He's going to be warping in units up here on the high ground. Notice this. We do have more units right now for for Hummingbird, but so much more Stalkers, and look at that! The tide's turning very, very quickly here. It looks as though Karma is going to be able to take down a win here with his 4 gate, even though he was slightly behind on that Warp Gate Tech. Not a big deal here. It looks as though Hummingbird was just not prepared for that 4 gate attack. Is going to be warping in more Zealots here as well, and just not enough units here for Hummingbird to be able to hold on. He's going to be unpowering these buildings here in just a moment. Look at that DT Shrine going down. Not going to get any warp-ins. It does not look like it is going to go down before it completes. Great play there from Karma. Good snipe. And there's the GG from Hummingbird. So game 3 going in favor of Karma. Now it's 2-1 in favor of Karma. Beautiful, beautiful PvP action there. So thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be going to game 4 here in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live action coming at you right now on MLG's Metalopolis. It is going to be Karma versus Hummingbird. Now notice, excuse me, it is going to be Protoss versus Protoss here yet again. Now I don't know if Hummingbird is going to care for that. Karma very, very strong. Even with his slightly delayed timing there, he missed, I think, one chrono and one entire chrono on that warp gate tech, and that really did cost him a couple seconds. But he was so strong with that push that it would just powered through, and he really took that game down in phenomenal style, giving him a match point scenario. So it is 2-1 right now in favor of Karma, and all he has to do now is take the win, take down that cash prize, and he is set to go. Now Hummingbird's got to go on a 2-game winning streak, starting with his PvP matchup here. Now Karma tends to be very, very good at his PvP, so I don't know. It just depends on how Hummingbird is going to react here. I don't want to see him going for Blink Stalker here again. I think that's a little bit more difficult of a build to pull off against a 4-gate and even a 3-gate Robo, and that tends to be your Protoss go-to strategies these days, and Karma executes them extremely well. So I don't really want to see Blink Stalker. DT is okay, but you've really got to have your defenses set up so very well to make that happen. And but it does appear to be standard openers from both players. Notice we do have the gateways going down in pretty decent time. Karma did scout his opponent fairly early here, so he does not have to worry about walling off. Knows that it's not going to be Zerg, so good scouting there from Karma. Does have single gas on the way. It may be another 4-gate here. We'll see. He's got to get that Cybercore down in perfect timing. Maybe 2 seconds late there, but not bad at all. And the scout from Hummingbird on its way right now, so here he goes. And going to be cruising up into his opponent's base. Oh, he forgot to wall off. That's what it was. That's funny. That's okay. Got to get lucky sometimes. Hummingbird thinks that's funny as well. So, oh man. Yep, good stuff. But he did scout that. Did see a fairly standard opener there. Probably going to poke back in here in just a moment. He didn't scout the gas. Now that's the telltale sign. Notice that Karma is going for his second gas, so it is likely to be a 3-gate Robo here, or a 2-gate Stargate, one or the other. We'll see what it's going to be. I mean, he could go for DT here, but I doubt it. I just tend to doubt it. SCDKarma tends to really choose tried and true strategies, stuff that's difficult to counter, and when it comes down to it, DTs are easy to counter. All you have to do is have detection. So, but he is going to be, oh wow, walling off here just a little bit. Now that's kind of interesting with double gateways and no Robo yet, as well as no mining at his second gas. So I don't know why he got the second gas at this point. He's going to be chrono boosting out his warp gate tech. We do have what appears to be a 4-gate here from Hummingbird, and chrono going to be going down heavily on that warp gate tech as well here for Hummingbird. So one more. Oh, he needs a couple more energy. And go, 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 go. 25 energy. Too late. All right, it's going to complete, so he's probably going to spend that chrono on something else here in just a moment. There it is, complete. And warp gates on the way. We do have a forward pylon here already, 2 of them. Hummingbird almost losing this stalker here, though. That's not a good deal. Got to get up to the top of this ramp now and start warping in units at the top of the ramp. This 4-gate here from Hummingbird may be held off. That could be a tough deal here. Notice we've got Karma working diligently on taking out these pylons, and it is going to be a tight wall off here. Look at that. Oh, got to be careful. Don't lose those units. Karma, you've got to be so careful. A good, solid... Oh, man, did you lose that too? Look at that. The warp in's going here. Hummingbird doing a great job now. I think Hummingbird may have won this with that 4-gate attack. Gotta love 4 gates here, guys. This is tons and tons of fun. That will even the score here, too. So, excuse me, Hummingbird cruising in to this base, taking down one building on his way in. And here comes all the probes to try and potentially hold this off, but it appears that it is not going to be enough. There's the GG from Karma. We'll be going to game number 5. My goodness, these guys are a phenomenal matchup. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt-tab. Always alt-Starcraft. We will see you guys in just... Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live action coming at you right now. It is between Hummingbird and Karma. Now, it is a best of 5. However, we are in the last game, the 5th game of that best of 5. It is currently tied up 2-2. There has been a lot of back and forth here between these players, and currently it is going to be Karma as our green Protoss down here in the bottom right hand corner. In the bottom left, we do find Hummingbird, who is playing as random and going to be spawning as our orange Zerg. So very interesting stuff here. It is going to be a long, relatively long flight pattern for this Overlord, but he will find his opponent where he is headed. And it appears that we're going to have a Forge Fast Expand from Karma. So press 1 if you love Forge Fast Expands. I love Forge Fast Expands. They are tons and tons of fun. And we'll check out what Hummingbird's going to do, but we do have a fairly early scout here from Karma getting this probe out across the map ASAP. Wants to find out what race his opponent's spawning as. So good stuff. And it looks as though Rat God happy for a PvZ. I don't blame you, man. Those PvPs they're okay, but they can be a little tedious sometimes, that's for sure. They go so fast. And this is going to be interesting, though. I think Hummingbird has really got some great skill with Zerg. And so this could be a great game for him. I think that, now, it is going against the Forge Fast Expand, though. So that, I don't know. We'll see how he's going to respond to that. But it looks as though he is trying to take an expansion, but we've got Karma blocking the way and doing a pretty phenomenal job of it, I might add. It looks as though he is going to have to exit that scenario ASAP, and it looks as though Hummingbird did go ahead and build his spawning pool first. So pool first, Forge has gone down. We do have, oh no, there's no Forge. Wow. Risky in some respects here. Karma, though, does have double gates. Is going to have to get those zealots out ASAP. Does not want too many Zerglings knocking at his door. We do have the Overlord here from Hummingbird finally making it across the map here. Is going to excuse me, is going to get some intel, but hasn't gone down here quite yet. He will be interested to know that his opponent is not Forge Fast Expanding here. And Chrono's going down on these gateways. This is such interesting play here. I'm actually kind of liking it, though. I got to grab myself some drink here just a second. There we go. I should be a little bit better now. Another pylon going down here for Karma. Looks like he's going to start putting some tech up in this position here. Not a bad play. We do have that expand here for Hummingbird going down in pretty decent time. It looks like he is going to be complete right before the 5-minute mark there. That is not bad timing to have that done. Queen already out on the field for this particular hatchery, and another queen on the way, as this one is going to be wandering itself down to the natural. Got to love it. Now we do have 3 zealots cruising out across the map here. These guys are going to try and put some pressure on this queen and the expansion. We do have 6 Zerglings on the way right now for Hummingbird. If those, and there's already 2 here, so 8 Zerglings plus a queen should be decent enough defense here. But Karma is going to try and get a queen snipe here, I assume. Queen does go down. Still the zealots alive. Got to love it. 2 zealots still alive here. Did snipe quite a few units. This is very, very cost effective right now for Karma. And look at that micro, man. He's moving those guys around, changing who's getting focused down, and able to take out quite a few units. Look at that Hummingbird losing more there, and that is strange, especially when it's only 3 zealots. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now he is going to be getting out his Zergling speed here. That's going to be fairly effective. But Karma going to finally get his forge down. Does go ahead and put down a photon cannon here as well. I like this wall off. It looks really, really strong. And that's where he put his forge, by the way. If you guys wanted to know. Second gas is now down for Karma. He has got a pretty rockin' economy here. 24, but his opponent kicking at his heels there with 20. Well, now 24, so evened it up. Pretty good there. Nexus is going down here for Karma. Still in great time. Now, he didn't rush it. Like, not a Forge Fast Expand, but it's still going down fairly early. So it's really, really nice play at this point. He is cruising out across the map here with a Probe and a Zealot. And it looks as though he is going to be chasing off some Zerglings. But here is now too many to deal with here. Go ahead and turn around and engage. The best advice I can give you, try and get yourself one Zergling kill. Because you are probably not going to make it back. Oh, wow, he did make it just in time. Lucky, lucky. And another photon cannon going down here for Karma. So great defensive posture at this moment. Going to be working on ground weapons level 1. He is getting a lot of gas right now, so we should see some tech from him here in just a bit. And a third going down now for Hummingbird, so that's good stuff. Let's check in on the units tab, see where we're at economically. It's still fairly even, only one harvester difference there. But the tech patterns are what we really are interested in at this point. It is going to be a Roach Warren and double Evo chambers. So going to be going for some serious upgrades for the Roaches, I assume, at this point. We'll see if that's the case. But this extractor not mining gas right now probably needs to go ahead and saturate that one. Going to be tossing down a Spore Crawler here just for good measure. Don't blame you, brother. Hate to get like DT dropped or something, but it's always smart after right around the 7 to 8 minute mark to go ahead and toss a Spore Crawler down at all of your mineral lines. It's usually just good play against Protoss, but here comes the Zealots. We do have +1 complete on these guys, so that is really going to be good. Can do a lot of damage with that +1 attack. I mean, they're beefy enough as it is, and so adding that extra damage really allows them to rip through a lot of units there very quickly. Now there are double Spine Crawlers here for defense, as well as a Queen and a couple Zerglings. Production tab does show Roaches. Roaches exactly what he needs here. Now I disagree with this attack from Karma. I think that he needs to be backing out here immediately, but he is going to be pushing it. I think that he should have went to deny the third. And now he is going to take a beating here. It looks like he is going to lose quite a few units from that, so losing this engagement, but great control there from Hummingbird, trying to keep those Zerglings alive and do the damage at the same time. But all these Zealots absolutely going to die here without doing tons and tons of damage. So great play. I think it came down to Karma should have backed out of that ASAP. As soon as he saw that first Roach, he said, oh, I can't win this one with just Zealots. And go ahead, back out and try and deny the third as quickly as possible is about the best I think that he could have done there. But not too bad. I mean, he didn't lose tons, so he should be okay. Let's just check on units lost. But you can see that it did swing into Hummingbird's favor there. So good stuff for Hummingbird. He has secured his third, but in the meantime, Karma did expand behind it as well. So a third base going up for Karma. Units tab shows that we are 56 drones right now for Hummingbird, 46 probes for Karma. So a little bit of hard work has been done there for Hummingbird. He is really cruising on his economy right now, and that's going to serve him well as we are transitioning now into the mid-game. Now, he does have a Zergling here that's... Oh, wow, he's going to go up here and scout. Did cancel that. That's interesting. Yeah, we got the double Stargates. I guess we should go check that out. It is going to be Void Rays coming out of there. So 2 Stargates there. Void Rays pumping out here. Void Rays, not necessarily a terrible choice against Roaches, but if they just mass up Roaches and come and attack your base, the Void Rays tend to not be able to kill them fast enough before the damage is already done. So I do like that he is going to be sending them out for some harass. So let's follow these guys here for just a minute. And the Void Ray pilots look so awesome. I love that picture there. Here comes the attack. There is already a Spore Crawler here. Another one going down, but that one is going to die. And we are going to have Void Rays charged up here. Going to be focusing down the Queen. Very, very forceful play here from Karma. Looks like he definitely needs to back out. You cannot be losing Void Rays. Oh, he loses one and may even lose a second here if he is not careful. Void Ray is charged up. Should be able to kill that queen, though, but don't go over top of that Spore Crawler. Wow, just barely out of range there. Lucky, lucky him. But it does go down to the Hydras. So nice tech switch here from Hummingbird. Roach Hydra, I think a very powerful play right now for him, especially against this unit composition. And let's take a look at what else we've got. We've got Double Robo is going to be going for some observers, of all things. Getting out some observers, not a bad idea. It looks like it is going to be Colossus, though, here in just a bit, which is going to be a great counter to this Roach Hydra, I think. Going to be able to do a lot of damage. And he needs to be working on some upgrades here, I think, on his Forge, but we will get to that in a minute. He needs to get a Twilight Council out first. There's the Robotics Bay, and here comes a Probe Transfer, as well as an army here, just to clean out any potential Zerglings, which there was one. So, pretty good stuff. Hummingbird looks like he is moving out right now. That is going to make Kid out on the live stream very, very happy, saying that Protoss cannot defend if he pushes right now. And I'm going to have to agree with you. I think Hummingbird has got a superior advantage right now. He's going to be cruising right up here. A lot of photon cannons. Good force fields there. Will potentially force him to back out off of that ramp for just a moment. But he's really got to work hard now to keep these Void Rays alive. I think he may have overcommitted to those Voids here, especially considering that we do have the Hydras on the map. And look at this. Hummingbird going to come in here and kill that. Now, he does not know about this expand up on the top, so he's going to leave it. Oh, no. And this is definitely giving Karma some time to get himself prepared for some defense. He is still getting out Void Rays, too. That's crazy train. And here come the Colossus. He needs to have a very strong ground army now, too, to accompany these units with the Colossus. Otherwise, this army composition should obliterate it. He can't get too many tech units. Otherwise, this mass of units will just waylay him. Because those tech units tend to be a little bit more fragile. They rely on their DPS to be effective rather than their ability to stay alive. And it is going to be another push here from Hummingbird. Plenty of Zealots, Hydras and Roaches in the mix here. He's got +2/+2 complete here. Yikes. Scary, scary force cruising up the ramp here yet again. But a good defensive position here for Karma. And lucky for Karma, he does have that third base that is happily mining away here. And this is, oh man, I really think Hummingbird could potentially lose some opportunities here. Rat God saying, go, 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 man. And I don't know, this is, the longer he waits. Oh, wow. Is he going to go up here to check the top? Yes, he does. Oh, that's going to make a couple people very, very happy. He is going to scout this. Is going to be able to take this down, it appears. A couple units being warped in here to try and clean this out. We do need to see Karma abandoning his defensive position here. He's going to have to engage this army, I think, here. Hummingbird is cruising forward here, but he looks like he may catch them while they are a little bit out of position, but I just don't think he's got enough units here. See, so I'm telling you, he's just missing that ground army. Got to have some meat shields for these Roach Hydras to deal with, but he did stall the death of that expansion here for just a moment. That was helpful. However, it may not be game-changing here. We've got Corruptors now out on the field, and these Corruptors going to obliterate these Colossus and Void Rays. Down go these expands. Ladies and gentlemen, this expand about to die. Karma in sore shape right now. Very, very difficult position for him to be in. This is going to be so difficult for him to come back in. And losing this, oh, I don't think this is a good engage for him. I mean, he's already lost this expand. There's nothing they can do. And engaging here is going to, I think, cost him the game. I really do. He may have had a small chance, albeit an outside one, by staying back and turtling up. But at this point, there's just nothing that can be done. He's lost his entire army here. Hummingbird happily trading armies here. Notice that he does have another set of units back here at the back to bring to the base, and look at that, more roaches on the way. It is going to be tons and tons of roaches here in just a second, and I think Hummingbird will push this attack and will absolutely dominate as he pushes up this ramp here, regardless of what Karma can throw at him. So here comes the attack right now. Is he going to be able to make it stick? So many Corruptors right now. Oh my goodness. all those air units and all those Colossus just disappearing. And there is the GG and the Grats. Gotta love the manners on these guys. Beautiful, beautiful game. Hummingbird taking it down in phenomenal style. He will be taking home the cash prize tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so give a big fat high five to him. And thanks to Karma for coming out and playing. It's always fun to have him around. He's such a phenomenal player. But, man, what a great series. What a great best of 5. Don't alt-tab, ladies and gentlemen. Always alt StarCraft. We will see you guys next game.